Welcome back to the Hawks Nest here for the second game of two. It is the Sioux Cougars taking on the Humber Hawks. Zach Benoit and Xavier Whittle here with you. We will tee this up more, but first we're going to send it to our PA announcer, Haspreet, for the player introductions.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Nest here at the Humber Athletic Center for our home opener of the OCAA volleyball action between the visiting Sioux Cougars and your Humber Hawks. Let's welcome your officials for the game. First referee, Andy Vu. Second referee, Jessica Curtis. And the line judges are Camille Kawam and Teresa Lee. And now let's welcome the starting lineups for both the teams. Firstly, for Sioux Cougars. Leading off from Sault Ste. Marie, 5'8", playing right side, number 3, Taryn Greco. From Guelph, a 5'9", playing middle, number 6, Avery Baxter. From White Coach, Alberta, 5'8", setter, number 7, Peyton Baker. From Sault Ste. Marie, 5'9", playing middle, number 13, Addie Tremblay. And from Sault Ste. Marie, 5'9", playing left side, number 16, Liz Gabby. The liberos for the game, firstly, from Sault Ste. Marie, 5'7", number 4, Darby Sewell. And from Beaumont, Alberta, 5'6", number 8, Laura Sheehan. And the head coach for Sioux Cougars is Becky Grisdale. All right, Hawks Nation, please welcome the starting lineups put together by the head coach, Chris Wilkins. Leading off from Edmonton, a 5'10", playing middle, number 2, Lexi Sabo. From Sturgeon Falls, 5'9", playing left side, number 4, Caitlin LaBelle. From Schumann, a 5'5", setter, number 5, Taya Wilkins. From Cornell, a 6'2", playing middle, number 9, Faith Hughes. From Sudbury, a 5'11", playing middle, number 12, Amy Connolly. And from Burlington, a 5'11", playing outside, number 14, Lexi Sikori. The liberos for the game. Firstly, from Oakville, a 5'8", number 8, Reese Scholet. And from Scarborough, a 5'2", number 1, Claire Ramos.
Well, here we go. Maybe the most dominant, if not one of the most dominant teams in Humber Hawk history. This women's volleyball team will go for their first game here in their season opener. Again, Zach Benoit alongside Xavier Whittle. And this is a team that has head coach Chris Wilkins with a record of 460 and 63. He is closing in on 400 more wins than losses. Just take that in for a second there, partner. And this is a Sioux Cougars team that are back in the OCAA after a 1-21 season in 2010 and 11. And there's a familiar face on the bench. It's Humber alum Avery Bodner back as an assistant coach here with the Sioux Cougars. We're off and running here. Taya Wilkins sets up Zakari, and she hits this, but it's still kept alive. Free ball coming the way of the Hawks. LaBelle to Wilkins, back sets Connolly. Amy Connolly can't find anything there. The Cougars open up with the first point. It's number 4, Darby Seawall.
The one thing I want to mention about Sioux is that right now you don't really know what's with this team. It's a whole new team, whole new set of young women that are looking to make their mark into this league.
Well, back-to-back points here going the way of Sioux, and well, your point exactly there. There's a lot of players here where, you know, yes, they've probably been in the OCAA at different schools, but now they're getting an opportunity here to play with the Sioux Cougars. That kept alive play still going here for the side of Sioux. Pancaking, keeping it up was Cholette, but unable to keep the play alive there. The Cougars are staying alive.
What a great start by this team. They are really, again, they're going to show up and they're going to try and shock everyone, especially Humber.
Wilkins back sets Zakari. It's a missile. And Alexi Zakari, who last year was a lethal weapon coming off the bench, she draws the start in this one.
Zakari definitely getting the start now, and after being pretty much behind a couple of seniors, now is able to show up and show out.
If there was a 7th award for, you know, a player coming off the bench, Zakari would have most likely won it with the year she had last year, as her serve there goes into the net. Out to the line, Avery Baxter gets that serve over. Connolly trying to find a wall, but Seawall is there. They go quickly to the middle, and the play will fall. Humber right back in it, now only down by 2.
One thing about Humber is that they're going to find a way to come back no matter what.
Third-year player, Lexi Sabo. Here to serve, and this one is over for the Hawks. Wilkins trying to set up LaBelle, who really broke out last year in her role. Connolly trying to keep the play alive and unable to there. So the Cougars have come out red hot here in this one. It's 5-2.
I gotta say, there's only 2 players who are non-first-year players on Sioux.
Play there, kept up. Zakari, free ball for the Cougars. They push it wide. The hit can't fall. The block is there. Backcourt set. Wilkins gets to it first. Diving is Cholette. It's punched over by Connolly. Free ball again for Sioux. On the side, off the hands, diving in the backcourt is Zakari. Now it's LaBelle. Can't get it to fall. Wilkins back sets Connolly. Amy Connolly with her first kill of 2025.
Connolly coming back from the devastating injury in Nationals. She is definitely looking to repeat her dominance from last year. As you look back at that last play, man, that was a strong hit.
Sioux doing it again. A big play on the side, can't get it to fall. Trying to find it again, unable to. Connolly's there to put it up. Wilkins goes wide to LaBelle. It's kept alive, pushed over, and Cholette can't get there. Hitting it over was Peyton Baker.
They have Liz Gavey, another first year on Sioux.
Here's LaBelle, we'll put it over, free ball. Baker goes wide to Seawall, and it's out of play. Humber will get the point.
So Taryn Greco and Darby Sewell are the only players that are non-first years. Suddenly now it's the point for the Cougars.
Gavey, the serve over. Wilkins to Zakari, and it's a missile that goes off the wall and out of play. Last year we saw Caitlin LaBelle really break out and find herself a great role on this Humber Hawks volleyball team. Lexi Zakari might be carving out a role of her own now that she's getting everyday starts. LaBelle, the serve over, it's a good one in the backcourt.
Free ball.
Hit over, free ball. Connolly, Wilkins, Zakari, it's a missile. And it's a kill for Lexi Zakari.
I personally think he didn't get all of it, but at the same time, you just have enough to just muscle it. And look here, she just gets it right as much as he needs.
And Caitlin LaBelle gets the service ace. She had a career high in kills last year, 90. And she also had a career high in digs, was a lethal player in the backcourt, 89 digs for number 4. This is pushed over, and a little miscommunication between Cholette and Zakari, and it'll fall down. Sioux still hold a 2-point edge. The serve over, it's a good one in the backcourt. Zakari will put it back to the middle of the court. Connolly will push it over, free ball. Baker out wide to Sewell. And Sewell will be able to get the kill there. Well, the Sioux Cougars are coming out of the gates red hot here, and it's kind of throwing the Hawks off. They're down by 3.
I don't think many people expect what Sioux can do, and definitely that's their specialty.
Hit into the net, and that will break up the rally. Faith Hughes. The middle, 6'2" middle, that is, at a Thornhill. This is going to go all the way to the stands. Kept alive, hit over by the libero, Sheehan. Wilkins goes to Zakari, and Lexi Zakari, no, can't find the corner. Thought she might have been able to park it.
Just missed it right there. I saw it all the way. It just kind of just had what it needed, but then it was just a little wide to the left.
Baxter, the serve over. They go quickly to the middle, and it looks like a miscue, but it still works. Lexi Sabo, the third-year vet.
At the end of the day, a point is a point in games like this. You just want to get all the points, and even if it's a little bit of a mishap, it can still be a point, and it will work out. They still need to work on it, though.
Wilkins, the serve over, diving there and getting the dig is Cholette. Connolly hammering it to the corner, but back. Baker keeps it up. Hit over, Cholette with another dig. Pushing out wide to Zakari. And with moves straight out of the matrix was Liz Gavey to get out of the way of that kill.
She could tell how much power that Zakari had on that hit, and she had to get out the way because she knew that if it was going to do anything, it was going to go out of bounds.
LaBelle gives it to Wilkins, tipped over. Zakari wisely tips it over the wall.
Mind you, you have to pay respect to the power that Zakari has, but the thing is, you still have to be wary of those little tip-ins.
This is a new look for the Humber Hawks women's volleyball team. Again, last year they had a dynasty run to the finals of the CCAA Nationals, as that's another point for the Cougars. They're up now 12-9. But they had a lot of veterans on that team, a lot of players transferred over to be a part of that squad. The player of the year, Kennedy Williscroft, actually transferred out and now plays out west. Here's Connolly hammering that one. It's still alive. Connolly will push it over, and she'll find a place on the court to deposit. Kill there for Amy Connolly. There is 8 players making their North Campus debut here for this Humber team. And that's a big margin. Again, a lot of just new faces here in the volleyball circuit for Humber, men and women's, as that just misses the back line.
I wanted to say another thing about Kennedy Wilscroft is that I believe she transferred to the same school that Michael McAlpine, member of the men's team last year, is also at.
That they did. Both of them are now out there. I believe it's, I can't remember the name. I always forget the name of it. But
somewhere out west.
It's a school out west, yes, and they're making big contributions to their squads out there again.
I believe it's in Alberta.
Really good job out of those 2 players. They have put their names on the map for Canadian volleyball. Wilkins sets up Zakari. Tipped off the hands, and timeout looks like it's going to be called for the side of the Cougars. Oh, no, it's not. I thought the coach signaled. Here's another look at the hit from the backcourt for Lexi Zakari, who continues day in and day out just to get better and better.
She is definitely going to look for a big spot on this team for this season at the very least.
And the backcourt there, just missing the dig was Zakari.
I was going to say, like, for years to come, but I actually just found out that she's actually a 5th year instead of a 4th year.
She spent time with the Mohawk Mountaineers before transferring over here to Humber. And through the middle, it's a quick attack for number 9, Faith Hughes.
Mind you, Sue is still up by 1, but the Hawks, and everybody knows them, they're going to look to start running away with points.
Hit off the net, kept up. Sewell gets it over. Wilkins will set up Zakari, pushing it to the corner. It's alive still. Sewell hits it over. Cholette's there. Wilkins, quick one in the middle to Hughes, and Faith Hughes, the tallest player on the court, able to get that one. 6'2" is number 9.
She is a first year out of Thornhill, Ontario, and she is making her Hawks Nest debut, and she is going to be dangerous this year. So you have Addie Tremblay serving.
Tremblay, Cholette sets up Zakari again, and there is Sewell. They go right back to Sewell. She's hammered to the corner, and it's just out of bounds.
Something I take in when I see court versus court battles, as we look at the replay, just got out of bounds. And there's a service error on the Hawks.
Service error, and that has the Cougars back up 16-15. And I was just looking at the roster from last season. So there are 7 players that either graduated or transferred out of Humber. Again, it was a really miracle run that they went on. They just looked so good all season long and really punched their ticket to that CCAA finals. Wilkins sets up in the backcourt. LaBelle, and she can't find it to drop. Connolly, first ball. Cholette puts it over. Was trying to find a kill of her own, but couldn't. It gets pushed deep. Cholette, Wilkins, in the middle, Sabo.
Lexi Sabo wasn't playing much last year, and she's definitely coming in this year with a new mindset of, I'm going to be here, I'm going to play, and I will have the experience that I saw from last year into this year.
Pushed up, here is Wilkins setting up Connolly. It's still alive, pushed over by Baxter. Connolly, free ball now on the other side. Trying to set up Sewell, Jost at the net, and point going to the Hawks. There was contact made on the side of Sue.
I was alluding earlier that you see the court-to-court difference between both teams. That you can see some players. You see the players with experience and see all the first years. You see it a lot in Sault, and we all expect it. But again, don't take them lightly. This is just because it's the first year.
Zakari with the heavy hit, but it gets kept alive in the back, and it can wisely played by Caitlin LaBelle. Doesn't attack it. It goes long. The Hawks up 18-16 here in the first set. Taya Wilkins, second-year player, will go to the line here to serve. Wilkins to the corner, but it's a little bit too hard.
Just been a back and forth with both Sault and Humber. Just can't find a way to break out right now.
Sault, her serve out of bounds. Humber 19-17. Jindaze White-Eye will come in here to serve for Lexi Zakari. To the corner, good serve by White-Eye. Pushed down, and I believe they're gonna call over an attack line violation. And the Cougars will call their first timeout of this one. Humber up by 3, 20-17 here in set number 1.
If I could be honest right now, the fact that they called it with Humber 5 points away says a lot about how Sault stayed in this game. Sault is staying within reach of the Hawks, and man, they're showing out now. And it's only their first year. We might be in for something interesting on the rest of the way.
Well, looking over at the Hawks bench, there are a couple of players that we've seen in previous seasons that aren't suited up for today. One of the notable players there is fifth-year senior Hannah Manners. Again, somebody that has been really in the Humber Hawks, community for a number of years. Hannah Manners, always one of the nicest people to have a conversation with regarding play or just really anything Humber related or just life-related, sports-related. She's just one of the nicest people you'll be able to have a conversation with, and not suited up here in the home opener. So if it's an injury relation, hopefully, she's going to be okay for the remainder of the season. She is very important to this team. There have been 3 players that haven't played a match yet, and 2 of those players were key contributors last year. Rachel Odell and Hannah Manners, the only 2 from last year's team that haven't suited up. Victoria Tinney, a first-year player, is the only other one. This is hit over, good serve. Baker back sets here, and it's White-Eye that's able to get the dig there. Free ball for the Cougars. Hit it over, Baker, quick one in the middle, it's blocked, but Sault is there. Baker to the outside. LaBelle finds a spot. Connolly hammering it. Baker digs it out. Sault is there. Hitting it over here is Gavey. Here's LaBelle. Can she find anything? No. Sault there. They back set it here to Greco, and Greco's shot's a little bit too long.
Great rally by both teams, and unfortunately Greco had the idea and just goes a little too far out.
Dig in the backcourt by Sault. This is hit over the net by the libero, number 8, Sheehan. And Connolly wastes no time, gets the kill, and man, how nice is it to see Amy Connolly back on the court for the Humber Hawks, a player that, again, you mentioned it, went down in the CCAA national playoffs. Was unable to play in that gold medal game, but she's fully recovered. She's fully back, and she's ready to do some damage here this year.
Yeah, and obviously I did talk to her sometime at the start of the season. And she told me that I believe it was the ankle that was hurting, and now it's like getting much better, and she should be back to who she really is, and that's some bad news for the rest of the league.
Yeah, Connolly and Manners last year were maybe one of the most, if not the most lethal duo in OCAA when it came to kills. They were kind of battling between one another of who was going to lead the team in kills. Hannah Manners, I believe, was able to eventually run away with it.
And funny enough, again, Kennedy Williscroft just setting both of them up all the time, being able to just lead them all the way to national finals.
That's out of bounds. Cougars use their timeout wisely, 23-19. They need to go on a little bit of a run here if they want to bring it back, as Taryn Greco will come to the line to serve.
23-19 sounds like a football player for some reason. As they go for a kill, and it just can't go over the net. And that's going to be a point for the Cougars.
They send it over to Gavey. Can she push it to the corner? Yes, she can. What a job out of the Sioux Cougars. Their first time here in a number of years, and they are pushing the Hawks to the limits early on. It's 23-21 in set number 1.
Something that I will say is that in my 2 years of being at Humber, I rarely see Chris Wilkins be calling timeouts so early. Wilkins usually does not call much timeouts, but at the same time, you have to watch how Sioux's playing, and Sioux's definitely showing out for the first time since 2010-2011 season.
Pushed over, can't find anything there. They send it wide to Gavey, trying to push it down again, and it will catch the line. Wow. Liz Gavey, the 5'9" left side out of Sioux. So far is having herself a good first set. 23-22, the Humber Hawks on top. Greco right into the waiting arms of Cholette. Back setting Connolly here is Wilkins, but can't find anything there. Baker goes to Gavey. Zakari with the dig. Back to Connolly, and it's down for the kill.
We're starting to learn that you have to really control any hit that anyone has, and with Connolly, it's hard to control it as when you're trying to receive it. You're trying to get your arms out and be able to bump it onto in front of you, and it goes right behind you. It sucks.
Jessie McDonough comes in and gets a service ace. How about that out of the first-year player? First year out of Calgary, Alberta, sends the Hawks to their set number 1 victory with a service ace. That's got to be a good feeling for Jessie McDonough.
So, to talk about the Sioux team, Taryn Greco is a 5th-year senior from Sault Ste. Marie, and Darby Sewell is a 3rd year from Sault Ste. Marie. The one thing is that those are only 2 non-first years. Everyone else, from Avery Baxter down to Sophie Lamore, they are all first-year students. They're all showing out, and they're all looking to put their names out there. And you go back to how the first set ended, as now it's currently 1-0 for the Lady Hawks. As now we're all waiting for the second set to begin. And Zach, we are just about an hour away from the big game tonight.
7:05, yeah, exactly. At 8:10, most likely, the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. Game 7 of the World Series. Obviously, we're going to keep our attention here, but the GTA, Canada as a whole, their attention is going to be on that game. But right now, in this moment, I looked over at the Humber Hawks bench, and they were all talking. Mandy Doris was the one talking, and then Amy Connolly actually started talking. Everybody leaned in and wanted to hear what Connolly had to say, and that just shows she is a team captain on this squad for the Humber Hawks.
Especially on the court, she's definitely leading the way. She's showing the leadership that she has garnered from being here for this is only her second year, and especially transferring from Nipissing University, and especially the only one that's playing and not manners, and Connolly's trying to just rally this team still. Although we can say it was a bit of a shaky start, as it was a back and forth affair. It's still gonna be like a hard game to play as a Hawk.
Well, all-time record between the Hawks and Sioux, it's 11-0 for Humber. And that dates all the way back to 2008, I should say. So far this year, it's been really just elite play out of the Humber Hawks. They're on a 49 straight wins against the OCAA win streak right now. And
damn.
That is just insane. 26 consecutive wins here at home. This is a team that just does not lose. One of, if not the most dominant team in Humber Hawks history.
The last 8 meetings that these two teams had, Humber has not dropped one set.
It's been tremendous. And yes, that dates all the way back to 2008. January 11th of 2008, that is, partner. Excuse me, 2007. I thought that said 2026. I read that wrong. January 26th of 2007 was the last matchup.
2026 has not happened yet.
I know, that's why I was confused. Hawks and Sioux here knotted up at 1 in set number 2. Taya Wilkins at the line to serve. At the net, hops over and will just bounce down. Connolly will look at the bench and laugh, trying to hold in a smile there.
She just jumped, thought she had to make a block, and the ball literally hit the top of the net and just could not go over. It just stayed on Sioux's side.
Hit over into the corner. Sewell pushing it wide, hitting it down is Baxter.
That is a block by Sabo. What a block by Lexi. She was all over it, and Connolly had her back too, or side.
Taya Wilkins still at the line, and what an opportunity it is for Taya Wilkins to step up into the starting role here. Obviously, the former Humber Hawk Kennedy Williscroft Player of the Year was the setter last year for the Hawks. Now Wilkins gets the opportunity to be that mainstay starter. Back setting Connolly here, and Connolly doesn't like the run-up, so it's a free ball here for the side of Sioux. Off the hands, diving is Cholette. Wilkins to Zakari, blocked, kept up by Cholette. LaBelle gives it to Zakari, pushing to the corner. Gavy's there. In the middle, blocked. Zakari, Wilkins, Connolly just out.
Man, that was a tough one for Connolly, as she definitely saw an opening and could not close it.
Cholette with the dig. They give it to Connolly again, and it rolls down the net. And a little bit of trickery out of number 12.
Again, she got a chance to try again, and quick replay here is as Connolly goes in, goes for the hit and just gets enough to get the point.
Back setting here is Baxter. Cholette somehow keeps the play alive, and it's a ball that's bouncing around. Greco into the arms of Connolly. Cholette setting up LaBelle to the corner. Caitlin LaBelle gets the kill. Zakari back to the line. And it's a service ace for number 14.
Libero Sophie Lamour was trying to play it up, and it just goes past her fingers.
Hit by Zakari right into the waiting arms of Sault. Trying to get it off the net was Baker, and Gavey was in the area too. Another service ace for Lexi Zakari. And man, it's just been impressive to watch. Lexi Zakari, as this last year went along, you can see the progression and the player that she became into this year, the confidence at a number 14. Big block at the net by Sabo and Connolly. LaBelle gets this one. Wilkins, they're looking for LaBelle again, and Caitlin LaBelle, another kill.
This is the Hawks that we're all used to knowing as. Now the Sioux calls timeout early. Mind you, the last one was pretty late. The first timeout was late. This one's early, and this is what everyone's used to when they see Hawks women's volleyball, where the team just comes in, calls timeout early. It's only 8-2. This is definitely a better start from the last set for the Hawks, and they are definitely looking to be in loose and cruise control.
Well, if you look at the West Division standings, the Humber Hawks sit in second place, only behind Niagara. This is another look here at the Caitlin LaBelle kill on the far side, right off the wall. Caitlin LaBelle, again, the breakout year she had last year, really cemented herself into the starting lineup, and then, I mean, you just can't take her out of it now. One of the stars here for Humber is number 4.
You see the music playing, and the Hawks players just dancing off to it, because
that's what they do all the time. is the best part too. A team that can be as serious as they come, but then the right song comes on, and you'll just see anybody start dancing.
If you see a team that dominates and will still have time to still have a loose mindset and be able to be positive on and off the court, that's a dangerous team.
Lexi Zakari, 3 straight service aces. Have yourself a match, number 14.
She's just going to keep it going.
Another hit over into the waiting arms now. Baker, back set Sewell, and it's going to be an attack line violation.
Zach, do you ever wonder what some of those like attack point violations look like? Like outside of hitting net and front line, sometimes it looks not so obvious.
And a kill by Connolly. And the attack line violation, just always look at that yellow line. Wherever that line is on the court, you gotta be behind it before you jump. Even if your toe is on it, you can't be on it if you're in the back court. This is gonna be a free ball for the Hawks, LaBelle. And nope, they're gonna say it went outside of the post that's on the side there in front of the official. 12-2 is the score here for the Hawks in set number 2. And we'll have a substitution. Juliette Lamour will come in here. Serve over by Zakari, who's having a run at the line right now. Connolly. Zakari. Free ball over by LaBelle. Lamour. They're trying to find something, and Zakari Dig in the backcourt. They go to LaBelle, cross-court hit. Good dig by the libero, Sheehan. Wilkins is there. Cholette, she's going to set up Connolly at the wall, and it's going to be a lift on the side of the Cougars. Humber extend their lead. It's 13-2.
Just pure dominance this set so far for the Hawks.
Hit over the dig there, and Lexi Zakari, another service ace. She had 10 in her first year as a Humber Hawk. This year, I think she already has 5 just in this round. And it catches the line again. What a run.
She's going to keep going. She might as well just keep going for the rest of this set.
I've lost count of how many service aces it has been for Lexi Zakari. We're looking at 5 or 6 in a row. To the back line, it's kept in. Lamore trying to set it up, and it's off the wall for the Hawks. And that will end the magical run that was serving from Lexi Zakari. But what a run it was.
She for sure had about over 10 serves in a row.
The 5th-year vet putting on a show. LaBelle swinging, hammers this over, but it's into the waiting arms of the Cougars. They hit it to the backcourt. Zakari's there. Good first ball to Wilkins, who sets it on a tee for Connolly, and Connolly will be able to find a kill.
That was very tough. I saw it in Sewell's eyes that she was literally looking for a way to play the ball, control it, and bump it to a teammate who's just played deep into her.
It's a service ace party here in the Hawks Nest. Newest member, Lexi Sabo. Hit over, put up, Sewell. Tremblay tried to hit it over. Sabo will put it down, and it's hammered down. Oh, thought Zakari got to it, but no, hit the ground first. Sailing out of bounds. Hawks running away with it, 18-4.
Jessica Shebenik she tried to go for a floater and it just carried out. Again, the ball is very light. It will just float away. It will just keep carrying past the line sometimes.
Well, we got the bench press back out there. It's a new and improved bench press as Connolly is the one to serve. And, well, newest member of the Service Ace Club, Amy Connolly.
Now they got a new one, which is just bicep curls.
Yep, little bicep curl.
Yeah, it's gonna do 40 pounds, 50 pounds.
Oh, too much power. Connolly, gotta stop hitting arm day there.
The first one was the bench press, and that's very creative.
Lacey Levesque at the line to serve. And that will sail out of bounds. Lexi Zakari wisely just lets it go.
Lauren Bannister definitely looking to play another role in this team for a second year. She definitely was serving a lot last year too, as Connolly,
first hit, McDonough, and they can't keep it alive. It was just out of the reach of Faith Hughes. And yeah, with everybody, or not everybody, with the amount of players that departed, and with the type of players that departed, there's a lot of spots up for grabs here early season for this women's volleyball team. Obviously, Zakari, she saw an opening to take in the starting spot, in the starting rotation, and, well, she's in it now. Laura Bannister, you know, she was solid from the service line last year.
And also, Bannister was working pretty much side by side with Taya Wilkins last year as well. Usually when they would be seen on the court together, and then they would go off together and stuff. So now they're playing a different role.
Ava Wiseman comes in, and it's blocked at the wall, but it looks like they're going to call a double hit or a lift. Yes, it'll be a lift. Lamore. Juliette Lamore, that is, at the line, and that serve goes right into the net. 2 points away are the Hawks from taking set number 2. It's 3 points away. It's 22-7.
This is what I'll be honest, what I thought was going to be in the first set, but really this set's like showing what the Hawks' dominance is and how they are just fundamentally sound.
McDonough, the hit over. It goes right back to Connolly. McDonough, quick one to the middle for Hughes, but it's not a clean look. Levesque.
Free ball.
They play it up quickly again. Hughes tried to tip it, but again, not a clean attempt. Can they get it a third time? No, they backsend it to Connolly, and it's just into the net.
Connolly had to reach back with her right hand to hit it over, and it just couldn't be enough as it just hits the net.
Again, this is first year Jessie McDonough out of Calgary, Alberta, getting the looks here in this set. This time the connection is there. At first you don't succeed, try again, and that's exactly what McDonough does right there. 23-8 here in set number 2, and it's a timeout called. But I like that out of McDonough, where, you know, the first 2 attempts to Faith Hughes, they didn't work. You weren't getting the clean look. So try it one more time, but this time it's Lexi Sabo that's able to get it.
As they go to replay, Connolly's serve, just perfect. Just an ace, uncontrollable, and she was doing well. That's just how it goes with the Hawks.
(23-8) score here. Again, this is set number 2. Humber trying to continue a dominance that they've had over the OCAA for I don't even know how many years now. 49 straight wins against the OCAA. 26 consecutive wins at home. This one lifted, pushed, and it goes right off the pole.
If I can be honest, everybody talks about how there's going to be a lot of rookie mistakes for first years, obviously. There's not much with this team. There's not much with Sue. As a service error by Humber. Now Sue gets to 9 points, and Baxter. Yeah, Avery Baxter is now serving.
Baxter gets that one down, and a quick one to the middle. Jessie McDonough, she has found it now. Good connection with Lexi Sabo, and that's a set 2 victory for the Humber Hawks, who are looking primed and ready to take home a victory here in their home opener.
Quick replay on that last play as we go right to Sabo. She is definitely playing a bigger role, and she is definitely showing off why she deserves to be in the starting lineup and why she deserves to play where she's playing. So as we mentioned before, Sue is against Sue. Humber is 11-0, dating back to January of 2007, And the last time they played was back in January 30th of 2011. And then since then, Sue went out, and now they're coming back into this league. And mind you, they're here at home for today and tomorrow, and they will also be. And then by obviously next year, I'm assuming that the Hawks will go out to Sault Ste. Marie to play Sue at their home court.
Well, they actually matched up, I believe, already on the season. Oh, no, excuse me. So, yes, last one was the matchup. Sorry. You are correct. It's been a long day of volleyball here at the Hawks Nest, but yes, they will most likely switch it. They will switch it where Humber will go out there to Sue next season, most likely. That's kind of what they've done every year, just allowing teams to have different kind of travel dates.
And I was gonna say, like, I remember from obviously playing baseball here. You would have one season there, they come here, and next season you go out there. This year our baseball team went out there, and next year they're gonna come over. They're gonna come over to the Hawks, Nest or Connerville Park there, but it's a long drive. It's a long drive, about 7 to 8 hours.
Sault Ste. Marie, it ain't close, but they always do a lot of traveling.
Take in the drive there. It's long, but that's where the bonding begins. That's where the bonding really.
That's where the chemistry is built between.
You get to know your teammates on a more personal level when you're cramped in a bus for 8 hours. If they're awake, some of them could be sleeping a lot of times. Third set is about to begin as Sakari goes to serve. And another service ace.
I mean, what else can you say? Lexi Zakari has been on an insane run here.
Definitely we'll talk about player of the game. She's definitely going to be on the names to mention.
That's another service ace, back to back.
Are you kidding?
I mean, she had 10 in her first year as a Humber Hawk. I think she's closing in on 10 here in the first home game. Tipped over the net, not gonna fall. Pushed down, it's bouncing around, gonna be kept alive. Cholette. McDonough, quick one in the middle. And it's not gonna fall, pushed to the back. Zakari got a hand to it, but I think that was sailing out of bounds. Nonetheless, that's how that will end.
I was about to say that might have gone out of bounds if she didn't touch it, but you can't really just assume that. You always gotta play it, even if you think that way.
So what you were looking at me doing when I was, mightily scrolling through
Doom scrolling
archives of women's volleyball, I found the last time the Humber Hawks lost. It was a 3-0 loss to the Redeemer Royals here at the Hawks Nest on February 9th, 2023.
Wow.
And just out of the reach there. But take that in. We are closing in on 3 years of the Humber Hawks not losing in the OCAA.
Just another day in the office, I guess.
McDonough goes to LaBelle. She's hammering that over. It's still up, though, by Greco. Pushed over Sewell. Free ball Hawks. Zakari, McDonough, Connolly. It's up, but it looks like contact made on the net. A point going to the Hawks again. But just take that in. I mean, 3 years. again, 49 consecutive victories against the OCAA. 26 consecutive games at home won. This team is doing something truly magical under the wise run of head coach Chris Wilkins. Back over the net. Zakari, McDonough, LaBelle diving to try to keep it up with Zakari, but unable to.
Great block by the Cougars up front.
Taryn Greco at the line to serve. Goes right into the waiting arms of Cholette. McDonough, quick one to the middle, and they finally found it. Faith Hughes gets the kill. That's gonna feel good for McDonough and Hughes.
Hughes, again, the tallest woman on the court. She's definitely going to make a scary impact on this league as well. No, not many girls are going to be like 6 feet, let alone 6'2".
This is trying to get tipped over, and I think it's going to be going down as a double hit. Yes, it will.
Some of the double hits are like very hard to tell, but again, you gotta give it up to the officials for calling it for what it is. Because again, I do not know. I cannot be an official in volleyball.
This is hit up. Baker over to the corner. Tremblay trying to find it and unable to hit it there. Was Addie Tremblay. 7-3 now.
Hawks are gonna try and run away with this as early as possible. Try and give them no room to breathe.
Hit over and tried to punch it over was Baker. What a run it's been at the service line here for Caitlin LaBelle. To the back line, good first ball to Baker, goes quickly to the middle, gets stopped there. Tremblay couldn't find it. They're gonna back set Greco, block, but Tremblay's there for the tip. Baker, soft touch over, free ball Humber. They have a play here. Zakari swinging, and it's going way wide out of play. Humber continue to add on here. Timeout called by the Sioux Cougars. And again, it's just a tough one to come back into the OCAA and have to play the Hawks this early on. And not only do you have to play them today, but they're coming back here tomorrow and they're gonna match up as well.
I just see the replay. The block was there for the Cougars, but then it just goes out of bounds. So something I take in with Chris Wilkins is that he's so cool, calm, collected whenever plays happen, even when they're down for a bit. He knows the team very well. He knows these women are going to come back and just dominate and run right through it. He is so cool, calm, collected that he is just like, yeah, this happens. We'll work on it. But then whenever there's a point, it's just a simple, hey, good job. Next play, and it's nothing to worry about, nothing to be scared about. Just an easy going. He's just cool, calm, collected, cool as a cucumber.
That's the name of the game, cool, calm, collected. Into the net, and again, the Hawks out of the timeout. Hold on strong and start off right. Lifted. Baker gets there. Going over to Liz on the far side. They can't connect. Pushed over, and that's the height right there to Faith Hughes.
Again, you gotta face Faith Hughes in a height match, in a jumping match. It's gonna be tough because again, she's got the height advantage easily.
To the side again, but it's stopped, pushed back. Hughes, again, the height just coming into factor. McDonough sets up Zakari the tip, and it's covered by Baker. They go across, but they can't connect with Liz Gavey.
So it was Zakari who was serving for over 10 times in a row. I think LaBelle's starting to reach that point as well.
Might not be as many service aces, but she's still doing a really good job at the line. McDonough finds LaBelle here. Diving is the libero to make the play. Tipped over. Hughes. Cholette. Zakari on the back foot. Zakari with the kill.
As mentioned, there's not many service aces. However, the first plan is to always get the ball over the net. Then you can worry about aces later.
Right into the net there by LaBelle.
Substitution for Humber, number 13, Chindesay, by time, comes in for number 4, Caitlin LaBelle. Liz Gavey serving.
Liz Gavey served over right into the arm of Cholette. Quick play over by McDonough, can't find anything there. Cholette will back set it to Zakari. Didn't get a full power on it, and digging out with Sheehan. Sewell is swinging off the hands of the wall, point to the Cougars. Liz Gavey still at the line here.
Sewell is definitely playing the leadership role of this team, and she's going to power this team into what they need to do for this season.
It's a strong serve by Gavey. This is hit by Hughes, kept up by Greco. Sewell hitting it, diving is Cholette. She's able to get there. Zakari's hitting it cross court. Sewell gets the dig. They back set Greco, and her hit is too far over that back line.
Something about hitting the ball, it's all on the wrist. Gotta make sure the wrist goes down a certain way and can't keep it up as well.
Coming into this game, Reese Cholette was 5 digs away from 400 in her career. That would have ranked her 5th most in team history. And in this one, I would not be surprised if she has passed that. Obviously, we don't have the live scores with us at the moment, but Cholette has just done such a good job, as well as number 14, Alexi Zakari, who's putting together a career day here for the Hawks. She's drawing the start here, and she's showing her coach she does not ever want to go back to starting on the bench. At a play, 16-5 for the Hawks.
Chris is just walking around knowing that he doesn't need to touch that ball. He's just let the ball go past him. Doesn't know what he's doing. He just knows. He just knows.
Jessica Sabenik coming on in here, number 15. First ball, Sewell. It's a joust, and it's won by Faith Hughes. Height, proven strength here for, oh, excuse me, it's actually Elena DeBach-Hubbard, number 6. Thought it was Faith Hughes. But Faith Hughes is actually at the line here to serve. Diving there. They back set to Connolly. She doesn't like what she sees. Soft pass over, free ball. Swinging is Baker, not gonna find anything. White Eye is there. They go to Bannister, soft hit. Bannister gets the kill.
When I got the bench mob for the women's side, they will do their own tactics, and I wonder what locking arms means.
18-6. McDonough to Bannister, a hammering shot, but off the wall. Baker, Sewell, off the hands of Connolly, but it's gonna be a point going the way of the Hawks. It was contact with the net.
I think what Sioux needs to know is that they just need to try and hold their ground against Humber. They did it in the first set, didn't do so much in the second, but the third set, they can definitely try and give them a scare.
Diving down and off the hands of Jindaze White-Eye. It's another point for the Cougars. 19-7 now. Humber trying to close in here and win this in a fast 3 sets. Wilkins tried to play it off the net. Unable to. Into the net there by Baker.
Mind you, it's a good run by Sioux right now. They're definitely not going to give up on this game, even though the score is what it is. They're going to keep playing and keep making it a little bit interesting.
White-Eye trying to find the sideline and unable to, pushes it too far.
I saw White-Eye's idea, and she just got too much on it, and it goes out of bounds.
Going out wide. Gavey couldn't find it. They go to White-Eye. That's a hammering shot. Sheehan able to get it. Gavey puts it over, free ball. Backsetting Connolly. Connolly hammers it home. 4 points away are the Hawks from taking it 3-0. Timeout by the Cougars.
There's one thing about Humber in this game is that they're showing that they are too big, too strong, too fast, way too skilled to hang with them. Little replay on that last play. Setting up for Connolly. Again, you gotta try and control it. That's very hard to do in this league, especially with Connolly's strong hits. Hey, Zach, we're nearing the end. It's getting there. 4 points away are the Hawks to closing out this game,
and what are they doing? They're all singing Justin Bieber Baby in the huddle right now. And it looks like it's all led by Amy Connolly, who's just a player not afraid to show off the dance moves anywhere on the court. And Amy Connolly.
She's always in a positive mood, always in great spirits. A lot of these players are in great spirits a lot because they know that winning comes with positivity.
And there's a big service ace there, Lauren. Thought it was Lauren Bannister, but no, it's actually Elena DeBach-Hubbard. That sails over the back line, and 3 points away are the Hawks from taking this game. Lifted. White-Eye trying to find the back line, but too strong from Jindaze.
It's always those hits where you think that you have it. You have the open end, but it just carries a little too far out.
Bannister gets to it first. Claire Ramos there in the backcourt, and it's going to be points for the Hawks. 23-11, and it's Amy Connolly going to the line to serve.
Just 2 points, all the Hawks need to close out this game entirely.
Just out of play. 23-12.
One thing the Cougars are doing is they're not going down without a fight, especially on the last set. Make something happen.
Diving is Claire Ramos. And it catches the line.
I know it was a good point for the Cougars, but what a dive by Ramos. She's definitely new to the team, and she's definitely showing out that she can still be a weapon.
Ramos, good first ball to McDonough. They go quickly to the middle. It's still up. It's going to be pushed over for a free ball. Ramos, McDonough in the middle again. Faith Hughes. Game point for the Hawks. Chindaze White-Eye will go to the line to try to win it. Again, home opener here for Humber. Trying to go a perfect 2-0. White-Eye, the serve over. Pushed into the net. Played up. Goes over. Bannister. McDonough. Back sets White-Eye. Lifted up. Free ball. No, it's not. 4 hits. That will do it. The Hawks win in 3 straight sets and will advance to 3-0 on the season as they tie Niagara for first place in the West.
Man, this was such a dominant game at the second half of the game. After the first set, they kept it close, but really this was where the second set is definitely what the Hawks are, and they are dominant as always.
Humber, I mean, they played a fantastic game. No ifs, ands, or buts in my mind. Lexi Zakari will take home the Player of the Game honors. That will do it from us here at the Hawks Nest. From everybody on the broadcast team, Zach Benoit, Xavier Whittle, we want to wish you a fantastic rest of your evening. And go home, watch Game 7 of the World Series. Go Jays, go.